Welcome to the Bible Adventures Love Science, the show where faith meets facts and curiosity leads to discovery. You'll join our three brothers, Chance the cheetah, Drexel the dragon, and Liam the lion, as they explore God's amazing world together, with hands-on activities and lots of laughs along the way. So buckle up, Bible Adventures. It's time to dive into God's world and discover how science and faith go hand in hand. A crisp breeze rustled the forest leaves as sunlight streamed through the branches, landing gently on the treehouse, where the Bible adventurers were gathered for their next exciting episode. Inside, the brothers, Chance, Drexel, and Liam, had built a miniature canyon out of sand, clay, and tiny plastic trees across their science table. Liam, the youngest and today's expert, wore a ranger hat and carried a tiny spray bottle in one paw. He cleared his throat and announced, "Welcome back to the Bible Adventures Love Science. I'm Liam the Lion, and today we're learning how God used water to shape landforms like canyons." Chance looked impressed. "Whoa, you're starting strong today, Professor Liam." Drexel peeked over from where he was perching on the beanbag. "Did someone say canyon? Because I'm about to be a landslide." He tumbled off the beanbag and landed in a heap, making sound effects like a collapsing cliff. Liam laughed. "We'll try not to create a landslide today, Drexel, but let's start with our Bible verse. Psalms 95, 4-5 says, "In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hand formed the dry land." That means that the landforms we see, including canyons, are all part of God's amazing creation. Chance leaned forward. "Okay, so what exactly is a canyon?" "Great question," Liam said, holding up a photo of the Grand Canyon. A canyon is a deep valley with steep sides, usually carved by a river over time. The most famous canyon is the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Drexel gasped. "That thing is huge! Did God just zap it there with a canyon maker?" Liam giggled. "Well, some people believe canyons formed slowly over millions of years, with rivers cutting down through the rock layer by layer. But others, like us, believe that big events, like Noah's flood, changed Earth's surface really fast. From a young Earth view, water rushing through soft, muddy ground could have carved deep canyons quickly." Chance nodded. "So it's kind of like digging in wet sand. You can scoop out a valley really fast when the sand is soft?" "Exactly," Liam said. "Water is powerful. Even a little bit can move soil and rock. But if there's a lot of water moving really fast, like in a flood, it can reshape the land quickly." "To help us understand," Liam continued, "let's do an activity. If you're sitting in a car, hold your hands together flat with your palms down. Imagine your left hand is a river and your right hand is the land. Now slowly drag your left hand across your right. That's how a river can carve into land over time." Drexel joined in. "Now I'm a dragon river roaring through the mountains." Chance smiled. "Okay, but how do we know this actually happened?" Liam picked up a jar filled with layers of dirt and sand. Geologists, people who study rocks, look at the layers in canyons. Sometimes they find whole trees buried upright, or layers that look like they were laid down fast, not slowly. They don't have any erosion. That's one reason scientists who believe in a young Earth say big events like floods might have formed canyons quickly. "But what do other scientists believe?" Chance asked. "Good question," Liam said. "Some scientists believe rivers carved canyons over millions of years, and it's good to understand both views if we know the truth. We believe the Bible is true and that God created the world a few thousand years ago. The flood described in Genesis could explain a lot of the Earth's changes." Drexel nodded thoughtfully. "So we can listen to what others say but still believe in God's power and his word?" "Right," Liam said. "We don't have to be afraid of learning science. It actually helps us see how amazing God's creation is." Chance leaned over the canyon model. "Okay, so let's test it. Can we make our own canyon?" Liam held up the spray bottle. "Let's do it. Watch what happens when I spray water onto the top of this little hill." He sprayed the sand gently, and the water trickled down, carving tiny paths as it went. The sand shifted and moved, and after a little while of spraying, a miniature canyon had formed. "Whoa," Drexel said. "It made a tiny canyon fast." "That's how moving water can shape the earth," Liam said. "Even this tiny stream changed our model in just a few minutes." "If you're at home," Liam added, "you can do this too. Get a tray or baking pan, build a little hill with sand or dirt, and then pour water slowly from one end and watch what happens. You'll see erosion in action." "Just don't do it on the carpet," Drexel warned. "Or your mom might make a new canyon in your allowance," Chance joked. Everyone laughed. "Another way to see erosion," Liam added, "is to take 2 cups of dirt. Pack one tightly, push it way down, but leave the other one loose, and pour water on both. The loose one will erode faster. That's why soft, wet ground after the flood could have formed canyons quickly." Chance leaned back. "I always thought land was solid and unchangeable, but it's actually always changing." "Yep," Liam said. "Water, wind, and even earthquakes can reshape the surface. God made the earth to change, not stay the same." "To sum it up," Liam said, "canyons are formed by moving water. Studying landforms helps us learn more about God's amazing design." "Science rocks," Drexel said. "Get it? Rocks?" Chance groaned and shook his head. "I should have seen that coming." Liam smiled. "See you next time, Bible Adventures, and remember, every canyon, mountain, and river is a reminder of God's powerful hand in creation." With that, the brothers high-fived and turned back to their miniature canyon, ready to explore the next wonder of God's world. Thanks for joining the Bible Adventures Love Science. We hope you had a blast, learned something new, and saw just how amazing God's creation really is. Don't forget, every part of science points to our awesome Creator. Whether it's studying the sky, learning about the laws of nature, or exploring in your own backyard, we can see how intelligently and creatively God created our world. See you next time, and remember, God gave you a mind for questions and a heart for wonder.